With a look at how ICMA navigated this unprecedented year, ICMA President Jim Malloy sits down with us now in studio. Whew, what a year.
It's been a crazy year. It really has.
So how did you guys pivot? I'm sure as an incoming president, you have all of these thoughts and ideas and goals of things you would like to tackle, and then boom.
We had a lot of different goals for the year, and because the members of the board are all pretty dedicated, we had to pivot and change everything that we were doing from the conference last year, which was originally scheduled to be in Toronto, which everybody was looking forward to. ICMA staff had to pivot immediately and develop an online forum for that conference and deal with all the technological issues involved with that and the format of that and everything. And then it was a matter of also our board meetings. Our board meetings are quarterly, and we fly on Thursday, we meet all day Friday, we meet all day Saturday, then we fly home on Sundays. And so what we really had to do is try to consolidate our meetings down into a one-day, mostly 6 to 8 hour Zoom meeting, which is really, really tough, especially for our members who are either in New Zealand or Romania, because everything's done on Eastern Standard Time. And so for them, it's either very, very late or very, very early, like 4 o'clock in the morning and midnight, where pretty much the difference is when we were meeting at 10 o'clock in the morning. And so getting over some of those technological issues, as well as what people may be struggling with locally as far as their own technology and bandwidth. As you've probably sat in on Zoom meetings, you see people freeze all the time, and so that was disruptive as far as the meeting goes. But we really did, I think there's a lot of commitment. ICMA went to a virtual workforce. We personally, where I work, we went to a virtual workforce, so we were all learning this together and this new work environment together and kind of stumbling at the same time. And with all of the changing directives that we were getting from the federal and state government, things were just changing all the time,
Having to adapt to the uncertainty, I guess.
Yes.
So what would you say were some of the greatest needs that you found from your members?
I think the greatest needs were the ability to engage. People were used to getting together in a format like this and be able to speak with their colleagues and talk about problems, talk through problems, or if they're going through some sort of stress where they work, to have that conversation. It's a lot harder to do that in a little tiny box on a computer screen. It's much better to, if you're struggling in your current position and you've got a friend here or colleague that you're able to connect with, you could go out over a beer and have a great discussion and get some great advice. That's a lot harder to do on a Zoom call.
It is. It's very tough to stay engaged. Looking back though, any lessons learned from this past year? Do you have a proud moment or something that this pandemic taught you?
I think just the fact that, the first thing is that the importance of being flexible. And saying, hey, it's okay if somebody has a dog in the background or a child comes and sits on somebody's lap during a meeting. Mm-hmm. We were all in a whole different boat together this last year, and so just having an extreme amount of flexibility has really been something that I think we all need to keep carrying forward, because there are some good lessons out of the whole thing. We saw greater community participation in our meetings. There was an opportunity for people to join some of our meetings that otherwise wouldn't have been able to join our meetings because of travel requirements and stuff. And so there are some good things that came out of it, but I think just the fact that ICMA continued to provide resources and services. We pivoted for a conference last year that was wholly virtual, and then we pivoted this year to a mixed hybrid virtual in-person conference that we're really meeting the needs of our members, and we continue to provide that professional development source and a resource for information for our members on all topics relating to local government. That's really probably the best thing is that I'm proudest of ICMA and the executive director and the staff, is that we didn't miss a beat. We continued providing ICMA services as our members have come to expect it over the years, and I think that's really the most important thing that we did over the last year.
Absolutely. Well, and on that note, congratulations on a successful, albeit bizarre year.
Bizarre year, yes.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.